Hello, welcome back. I'm gonna do some more drawing today. So, what I would love to do is I'm gonna create another character for my website, for the Patch Creative Co website. Now, this one's gonna be for illustration. So, in my mind, what I'm thinking is I'm going to have I'm going to go with a person again, and I think I'm going to have this person holding like a massive pencil and kind of drawing. So let's start by playing around with some ideas. So I think I'll have like the person's head here, and so I don't know if if you're drawing in Procreate like I am, you can draw a line like this, and you hold it, and it'll snap to being a straight line. Okay. You can also do it with circles, and if you put your finger down, you get a perfect circle. If you take your finger off, it can be a little bit oblong, but sometimes that works. It also works with squares. The tap doesn't work as well, or you can do triangles as well. There might be other shapes, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, I find it helps mostly with the straight lines. So I'm going to do the end of the pencil here. Okay, I'm going to do some of those little lines. I'm colouring that in. So again, I'm working just with roughs here at the moment. So now we're going to sort of have the head. Now sometimes I use these guidelines if I want the character looking in a certain direction. So I kind of want their eye line to be going down towards like what they're drawing. Now hand wise, we're gonna have this kind of thing. So this is working in a way that a lot of the characters actually going to be cut off. So we're not going to see much of their body. It's just going to be mostly their head and their hands. Now I want to make sure that these hands are similar sizing. We might even put the thumb in on this side just to give it, because this one you can't see the thumb, so I want to make sure there's a bit of variance in the hands. It just doesn't look too samey. Okay, so we'll put that up there. Now, what we've got to kind of do, especially with these kind of ones, is kind of imagine the body in it. So that can work, especially when you're working in roughs. we need to sort of imagine where the body's standing. So with the roughs, we can kind of play out a little bit how that looks underneath. So let's imagine the neck's there, the arms are kind of going up like this. Actually, what we might do, we might shift this around here, because I kind of want the arms to be cut in a bit closer. I don't want them to be sticking out too much. Now we're kind of bringing the arms up like this. We imagine the sort of bodies here, and then maybe we can have the legs kind of just going sort of straight down. So maybe our boots are kind of sitting about here. And like some of my other styles, I want to make sure that the kind of feet and hands are sitting a bit bigger. So then we've got the other boot kind of coming out here. Alright, so I look at that, and I probably think these shoes could be a bit bigger, kind of to match the size of the hands. So let's put that one there. Let's put this one here. Okay. Alright, now I feel like that's looking good, so I'm just going to erase the body out of here, because we're going to have that kind of sitting like that. Alright, now let's make that a smidge bigger. I think that's kind of a cool way to do it. Now we might just give it a little bit of a tilt. And we imagine the kind of floor lines about there. Horizon line sort of sits back here. Okay, now what we might do is we're gonna make her nice and smiley. Let's give her our usual eyes. I'll sort of have the hair coming out this way. The eyebrows sitting up above the hairline. Maybe even could give her a little like beanie. Be cool. Like a working look. Yeah, I love it. You can actually have that come down a bit further. Okay, now I think I was going to draw lines on the pencil like this, but I feel like I might just kind of keep it plain. I think the plain looks nice. Okay, so that's kind of, I'm actually feeling pretty happy about that. What I might do is just bring the size of the pencil down a little bit. Okay, it's looking good. Okay, so we're sitting in a good place now, I think, to kind of move on to the next level. So let's drop that right back. And we'll set this up here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is basically the same thing, but just nice and sort of refining these lines. Now I'm using this lovely textured brush, which I really love, to give that kind of nice ink feel. I like to try and line this up as best I can. Okay. There we go. That's looking good, so I'll fill those in. The graphite. Okay, now let's get to work on this character. I like the way that hair kind of hangs over there. Alright, now we're gonna, like always, we'll do the big eyes. Sometimes it's really lovely, it comes through so clearly and easily. And that's always a win when that happens. So keep shaping this out like this. That is looking good, feeling good about that. Okay, so let's do our pupils. Shine in the eyes. Alright, feeling good about this actually. Okay. Alright, now what I might do, try and decide whether the eyes go in front of the hair or the hair goes in front of the eyes. So I'm going to try both and see how I feel. So the way I do that is I'll draw it first and then I just hit the undo button. Sometimes if you do lots of strokes you have to hit it multiple times, but that's how it is. I think I prefer it the other way. Yeah. But what I might do, I feel like it's this one's coming down a bit too low, so I'm just gonna and bring it up as much as I can. That should be good. Okay. Feeling pretty good about that, I think. Okay, now we're going to put the hand in here, and the hand's going to go over top of that bit of the hair. There's a lot of work in perspective, even with simple line work like this, where you need to really need to think about what goes in front of what, and as you're doing the line work, try and balance that out a bit so it works in the right way, because if it doesn't, you can really notice that stuff. And you see that with illustration. I mean, especially some of the junk that AI pumps out. You sort of notice what doesn't work and what's not right, because it's really obvious what sort of doesn't happen in the right way. So yeah, important to get that right, or even though people might not be able to say exactly what they're noticing, it is noticeable. And you know, this channel and what I do, this is about craft. This is about learning how to do things the right way and doing it in a way that it's, you know, it makes sense. Because if this stuff doesn't make sense to those people watching it, then it's missed the boat a little bit. So yeah. Ooh, that hand's not looking good. What's wrong with that? Let's fix that up. Talking about missing the boat, I'm not sure why these hands are looking so funky. I think this one's not too bad. The other one's not sitting right with me at the moment. So I'm going to have to kind of like just workshop it a little bit until I feel better about it. I might move on and do some other stuff just while I'm playing with this. Now, I mean, building characters are pretty big deal. You gotta kind of, you don't want to be stereotyping things. You don't want to be making things too your characters too one-dimensional. You want to make sure they have a bit of balance in how they work. They're complex. They're interesting. Because otherwise, it's a little bit boring. And we want our characters to really pop and be engaging. I think if we don't have engaging characters, it's not you know, something that people are going to resonate with and connect with. Okay, let's have a look at this hand again. I feel like I kind of just want to like freestyle it a little bit, not follow what I did in the other bit. Yeah, okay. This is looking better. Yeah, that's much better. So what I did there was I kind of just ignored the backing illustration that I'd done, the rough. Reason being is sometimes you need to kind of you need to kind of break your strategy a little bit. It can kind of just free you up a bit to try something that isn't working. So I'm feeling much better about this now. Okay. So yeah, feel free to kind of like challenge yourself a bit on what you've done. Okay, just going to build in the shoelaces. Again, that extra bit of detail can just make all the difference. You want to keep it sort of simple, but adding simple, if it's too simple, you lose a bit of engagement with it. So you want to add just little bits of detail, like the soles of the shoes here, and then the rest of the shoe, and then again just some laces. Makes it look pretty cool. Okay, I'll draw the pen stroke there. This is the kind of thing that I'll spend ages doing. Seems like it should be a pretty simple thing, but to try and get it right can be quite difficult. This is where I get a bit obsessive with things. Yeah. I don't mind that. Okay, we need some eyebrows. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take out that back layer and have a look. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that, I think. I wouldn't say it's by any way a masterpiece. I think it sort of ticks the box for what I need. So, I mean, this is the thing. Sometimes you gotta just pick your battles, I guess, and try and you know, get what you want out of something. And this is like a lot of projects I do for clients. I'll throw an ear in here too. It's like I really, you've got to be okay with your own perfectionism, and sometimes you can get a bit too bogged down in it. You can get a bit too sort of I don't know, a bit too kind of obsessive about the work you do. And I think you want to do good work and you want to connect well with your clients and the work that you do, but you also need to kind of give yourself a little bit of a break. And even though what you do might not be absolutely perfect in your eyes, that's okay. It's about creating something that's good for project and good for the end result, whether it's your own stuff or whether it's stuff for a client. It's not about it being absolutely flawless in your eyes, because sometimes some of the flaws are what makes a piece of work, whether it's illustration or any kind of creative area. Those little flaws are what make it really really interesting, really engaging. And a lot of the time, especially with AI, which I know I keep going on about, with AI you can lose a bit of that because everything looks too perfect. And when things are too perfect, you very quickly realize there's no human involved or it's too tight and it doesn't have that human feel. So you've got to be okay with having a few little missed lines and that kind of thing. And look, I'm very aware that I'm saying that as I tighten up all this colouring around the graphic, but yeah. Okay, let's do some colouring. So I'm gonna get up. Just need to find the right palette. Okay, so let's get started. Do some colour, add some skin tone. Okay, let's do some white colour for the eyes. Now, as with all my work, I keep it nice and block coloured. It's got a bit of texture in there. It's yeah, pretty standard these days. Okay, so let's do the gloves. I think I've done for the other ones this nice beige colour, which I'll keep it the same. Pencil colour. I'm just gonna have a look at so again, it's looking at this is the blue backing for it. So probably what I want to, there's a blue backing on it, so I want to kind of avoid blue as much as I can. So I might have a few pops in there, but I want it to really stand out against the blue type colouring. So for the pencil, I might go like I don't know, maybe like the red colour will do the trick. I might do that for the beanie as well. Okay. I might do the hair that light pink colour. I think that'll look nice. Yeah, that's cool. I'm digging that. We are getting there with this one. Yeah, pink looks sweet. I like that. Alright, let's go the bright blue on the pencil. Now when I color like this, I kind of just go big block sort of parts of color and then come and trim it in where I need to, especially when I'm looking at different layers. Now look, you can, depending on what program you're using for drawing, I use Procreate, you can do all different layers for different colors and stuff, but to be honest, you can probably keeping it simple is a bit of a better option. Okay, let's go. Oh, hang on. It's on a blue background, isn't it? You know what? I think I'll keep it. I'll keep it blue. Because what was I going to do? I was going to do a red pencil. Maybe we'll do red actually. That's looking good. We'll go with red. I might do. I'm just working out where to add a pop of blue because the background's blue, so I don't want to make it too blue. And then I'm gonna go back and tidy up all the little bits that are kind of overlapping at the moment. I think I will need to do some blue in here. I might do her shoes blue color. Otherwise it's just looking a bit too sort of pasty pinks and beiges. There we go. I like how that's coming together. Alright. It's not my favourite one, but I'm pretty happy. Okay, so let's just clean some of this up. The only thing with the color at this point, I'm trying to stay so hard to the color palette. Like I look at it and I think it looks a little like kind of washed, like a bit too samey color. But considering I'm trying to stick to the palette, I don't really want to kind of mess with it too much. So we'll just roll with this for now and go see how it looks on the site. Oops. Okay, I'm just doing little tidy up bits on it. Now I do want to make that a red line on, so I'm going to alpha lock the line layer and just color this bit in red. I might actually make the graphite red as well. Yeah, that looks cool. I will keep the black outlines though. So I think that kind of helps lock it in a bit. Might even just have one there. Nice. Okay. Look, I'm feeling pretty good about that. It's again, it's not my favorite one, but I think it'll work. I think, yeah, that's where I'm going to get to with it. Now, one other thing I can do is I can drop out the back just to double check there's no sort of overlying little bits that you might see here. And you can kind of just scan around because sometimes on a white background you can miss the little bits that don't stand out. Once you drop out the back layer, you kind of go, oh wow, there's a lot of edges I need to clean up and that kind of thing. So I do that every now and again just to kind of tidy things up a bit. So there we go. Okay. I think we are pretty good there. There's our little Illustrator. Any comments, any questions, hit me up. Thank you very much for watching.